So you want to make your own wipes, and that's probably like the best thing to do because wipes are extremely expensive, and I'm going to tell you how to make your own because that's just the best way to do it. And first of all, you're like probably wondering, well, is it really going to save me that much money, like for all the time that's going to take? I did a lot of math and I found out that you can save $5.50 a month, which would be about $70 a year. That's just on average comparing all wipes together. And if you're actually using the more expensive wipes, Pampers, Huggies, you would actually save more like $73 a year. You would get paper towels, because that's what we're working with here. I like the Bounty because they just seem to work the best. And you want to get the regular, just the regular old Bounty. Don't get the basic because that's just not going to work as well. So I get the Bounty. I get the giant rolls. One thing that you want to make sure you get is that it says this on there, select a size. That is like the most important because you'll get more wipes for your money, and a lot of times you'll use smaller wipes. So Bounty is probably the best. You can try other rolls, but I'm not going to guarantee that they're going to work. And first of all, you will cut them in half with a knife. Don't use serrated because then you'll just end up with a bunch of crap on there. But see, if you use the non-serrated knife, it'll be nice and flat. Both sides. Looks like a toilet paper roll. Anyways, so cut those in half, and I found this container at Walmart for under $10. And you can buy, this one is like just super nice because you can fit both of your paper towels in there at one time, which is like awesome because then you can, because I remember when my mom made them, she had one for the size about one of these, half a roll, and then you just, if you did do that, you just stick the other half in the cupboard and wait till you use it later. But if you can find one of these, I think they even sell them at Walmart. You can just use whatever container that you feel works best. And then I guess I use the Johnson's baby head to toe wash. Actually, any wash that you use to wash a baby would be just fine. This one's fairly cheap. It's about well, actually this one's $5 a bottle, which is huge and it'll last you forever if you're just using it for wipes. That's 28 ounces for $5. Super cheap. I just use the smaller bottle because it works best for making wipes. How I do it is I pour the soap on first, but you can also mix the soap with the water if you want. But I just think that takes up more time. I just like pour it on, kind of make it look like a flower, I guess. You will experiment as you go along making wipes for all of your life. And figure out how much soap you need. And maybe different brands of soap you would use less or more depending on how soapy it is. You probably want some gentle soap. Like I said, I like this soap. Could probably just use anything that you feel comfortable with. But yeah, as you experiment, I'm still learning, even though my baby is a year old. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's about what it looks like. But you'll experiment of how much, I don't even know how much water I use. I have a jug here, about 2 quarts in it, and just pour that right onto the soap. And sometimes when you have more pressure, it'll make it a little more sudsy, but I kind of just rub it on top. You might feel like that if you mix the soap and water first, it'll be less concentrated, it'll be more even. However, I've not had a problem yet with that. I've definitely had problems with having too much soap or not enough soap or too much water or not enough water. But you live and you learn, I guess. Basically, if you don't want to measure out your water, you just kind of pour some in and kind of wait, and you'll see it when it has soaked all the way through the bottom. Getting it all soapy. Like I said, I've never measured out how much water I use. I usually use the faucet, but we'll see how much we got here. Actually, I usually get too impatient for it to soak through the whole paper towel, so that's why I end up getting too much. When you do it on your own, you'll see that it soaks it up like paper towels should. Also, other paper towels that would also work bounty-wise. You can also use the soft towels or the Dura towels. I'm sure those ones would work, but I know my mother told me that basic Bounty do not work. These look like they are pretty much good. And I used about, let's see how much I have left. I got about three quarters of a quart left. You'll use just over a quart of water. You just let it sit for a while, soak, and then you'll be able to take out the middles. And I think you'll be able to see if they're all wet. And they look like they're good. And they come out just nice and easy because they're just soaking wet. It should come out pretty fairly easy. There we go. And that's it. It took me under 10 minutes. And then pull it out and there's your baby wipe. The wipes are about, that one's not a very good one. It's kind of ripped. But they're about this big, so a little bit smaller than regular wipes, but they're very strong. Anyways, so there you have it. That's how you make wipes. And if you want to know more about some numbers on how much you're saving, just stay there. If you buy the 12 giant rolls Bounty, just the regular, select a size. That's the important thing, is the select a size. About 2,800 wipes out of this whole thing. If you make all of those into wipes, it'd be about 2,800 wipes, approximately. A little less than that. And it takes, for soap, takes about an ounce of soap, give or take. So per wipe, if you're gonna compare per wipe, the homemade wipes are gonna cost under a cent. They will cost you just over half a cent per wipe. That is like an extremely good deal. So to make all of these wipes, to make all 2,800 of these wipes, it'll cost you about 17 bucks, which is really good. Because if you compare to all the other brands, Huggies is first on my list. those cost 2.3 cents a wipe. So to make the same amount of wipes that we have here, that will cost you 63 bucks compared to 17. It'll cost you over $63. If you like to buy Parents' Choice, that will cost you 1.7 cents a wipe. So totaling almost 48 bucks for this amount of wipes. About 48 bucks. Pampers, 2.3 cents a wipe, same as Huggies. So it'll cost you about 64 bucks again. Love's, if you like to buy Love's wipes, those will cost you 2.8 cents. The most expensive ones that I looked at, 2.8 cents a wipe. Having this many wipes, same amount as this much, it'll be $77. That's a nice hole in your pocket. And if you like to buy the Target brand Up and Up, those are 1.8 cents a wipe. So about 51 bucks for 2,800 wipes. So comparing all that, the average of all of those is about 60 bucks. Compared to $17 is ridiculously cheap. So I really, really, really strongly suggest you try making your own wipes. You don't have to do exactly how I did it, but you can find your own way and do whatever works for you. And these work fine even to go. You would just tear them up, or you can just fold them up into your to-go container. Actually, I can show you. Here's my little Pampers container. The only issue is that you don't use the top of it, but if you open it up, there's my homemade wipes, all ripped. Just stick them in there. And on average, I said that you use an average of 12 a day, 360 a month. So these 2,800 wipes, all of these wipes will last you about 8 months almost. If you use about that much wipes, it'll save you $5.50, almost $70 a year. So I really hope you consider making your own wipes. You will save yourself lots of money. It doesn't take any time. Like I said, 10 minutes out of your day. This container will last me over a month. So, and as I can see, as it's been sitting here, I did use a little too much water. Oops, not in the screen. I did use a little too much water, so maybe use about a quart of water. That should be good. Like I said, you'll live and learn. But I hope you liked my wipe making, and I hope you do the same.